waste management should be effective, and the waste which will be dumped, that will be going for the recycling. We will try to reduce the carbon footprints and water footprints. Do you have any idea about carbon footprints and water footprints?
This is the carbon emissions, sir. I had no idea.
Okay. Anybody? Carbon footprints. What is it? Yes? Carbon footprints? You guys are doing, yeah?
The amount of carbon emissions that we release during the day-to-day activity.
Okay. You? Carbon footprints? What is water footprints? These are nowhere related to any one subject. This is related to everybody, for every subject. What is water footprints? What is footprint? Footprint. What is it? Where is your foot? And if you come there, your footprint. So what is water footprint? When water is there, if it is wasted, it will flow, and that is the water footprint. And water footprint has to be reduced. That means the wastage of water has to be zero. Where are the wastage of water? Wherever there are water tap, don't open it and go. Wherever you are using water, don't waste your water. How much is needed, you just use it. And there are so many other places. So you can reduce water footprints, that is water wastage, by reducing the wastage of water and also the bad use of water. Similarly, carbon footprints, one or two fellows told us, carbon footprints means the emission of carbon. Emission of carbon, usually we mean emission of carbon means emission of all GHG gases. All GHGs. What is GHG?
Greenhouse gases.
What is GHG?
Greenhouse.
Can you tell me any name within GHG? Then GHG, any other? He has told something. Any other? CO2, SO2, HCl, and H2S, Freon, they told, dioxin, furan, and many more. So, we have to reduce this. These four objectives of this conference as a very basic thing: no plastic-free conference, water and carbon footprints to reduce, and there must be a very good waste management. So this is just preamble for this conference as you are a part of the conference. Now let us come to the point. What was the subject? Today's subject? Now?
Strategies to write articles.
Yeah. How to write a good article, right? You know that I was not interested to write any paper, but I was interested to do something. In 2007, I got my first patent on plastic recycling. That machine, I applied for 2004 and 2007 I got the approval of the patent. What is it? It will take the waste plastics, it will put it into my machine, and the beads, plastic beads will come out, and the emission will come out. That emission I will convert into some usable acid. So that was the first machine. And after the machine is released, then ICF, Indo-Canadian Fund, they gave subsidy to those entrepreneurs who will purchase this machine. 50% of that they give for 1 year. And then in 2010 I got a project that, jute. How many people know jute? Jute? Have you seen jute?
Yes.
What is it? Jute is It's a plant, right? The jute, which one is seed? It is all processed and other things. But jute as a plant, it is grown, and after some time, say 5 feet to 10 feet, when it is matured, you will cut it. And then you put it into the water body. Have you seen? In the water body? And around 2 weeks to 3 weeks, you put this water body, and it is mess. The whole of the water body gets, polluted. And then in that pollution, that polluted water, the farmer, they go into the waste deep water and they take those and scratch those. This way they take the bark, and this way they take the stick, and then drying and others. I developed a machine which does this work in 90 seconds, 1 minute 30 seconds. And I got that patent. That what my machine does, you take the plant, put on my machine, and then my machine takes the bark in one side, the similar way people do, bark in one side and stick in one side. Stick goes to the sun for drying, no water, and this bark goes to the tank, and 14 days then rating, we call it, and then the processing. The machine cost I got around nearly 1 crore of rupee from Jute Technology Mission, and I developed around 5 prototypes, and I got the patent in India in 2014 or 15, and in Bangladesh in 2014 in Bangladesh and 2016 in India for this. So you know that after that I realized around 2010 or 11 that that time the craze of paper writing came. So then I started writing the paper. Otherwise I was telling others, वो पेपर में जो लिखता है वो कोई काम नहीं करता है. So I am not interested. I am an action researcher. But then you have to write something. Then I started my writing paper. And presently I am given the responsibility of the editor-in-chief of Journal of Waste Management, Solid Waste Technology and Management. And the other journal is Journal of Material Cycles and Waste Management. You know that I am interested in writing the paper. You are, right? And if a person submits a paper in the conference, immediately phone, sir, my paper chapega though. My paper will go to the journal. What would be my answer?
It will take some time. It should be in accordance with the prescribed given qualities of the journal.
Very good. What is quality? She is telling about it should be as per the quality of the journal. What do you mean by that quality?
Maybe there is no plagiarism or something, and the uniqueness of the research to hold.
What do you mean by quality?
Have the generated content what exactly on the topic they are speaking, sir.
What do you mean by quality?
Peer review.
Peer review. Quality क्या है?
Maintaining standards.
See, you have written an abstract. Okay, 250 words. Okay, I'll tell A quality का नहीं हुआ. What is my expectation? What should be your strategy for writing that abstract? Bolo? What should be the content of an abstract?
There should be some valid points, something new.
I don't understand what is valid point. Bolo, क्या? अरे come out. Otherwise you will learn. Yeah.
Quality depends on many things, sir.
Okay. She is going up above the head. Yeah.
Whole paper in brief, sir.
Okay.
Identifying the problem on the topic on what exactly she stated and how to.
बहुत हो गया. The first is you have a topic. any topic means you are doing some research on that, whether it is a practical research or a theoretical research or a review research. So you have identified some problem and you are projecting the solution of a problem, right? So the first 2 lines or 3 lines you have to write why you are interested to write this topic. What is the problem? Why you are interested? What crops up in your mind that okay, I'll do the work, I'll write it. This is the first thing. So what is the first 3-4 lines?
What interests, what motivated us.
What is the present situation or what is the problem? Right? Sometimes we call it the problem formulation. The context of the problem formulation. Okay? Yes?
Yes.
What is it? What did I tell?
So the first 3-4 lines should be on the why you are working on this, the problem.
Why? Right? So this will give me the answer of why. Do you know 5W1H?
Yes.
Nisha? 5W1H?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
What is it?
Why, what, when.
What, when, why,
Excellent.
where.
You find out your 5W1H answer in your abstract. That should be your strategy. Why you are doing it. Then, from the present situation, what is really the problem? And for the problem and the situation, what is your question? We call it as a research question. Right? So if I say, what is your name? What you will tell? What is your name? And if I ask you, what are you? I'll tell you, what are you? What will be the answer? Huh? What are you?
Study.
You?
Research scholars.
You? That means you must give some about you. I am such and such. I stay at this place. I am either research scholar or any other thing, and I stay there. And if you start saying so many things, that sometimes I will tell, okay, stop. That means my answer I got. So similar thing, if you ask the question in your abstract, you must get that satisfactory answer from that. As a reviewer, I'll ask that question. So you have to have the answer in your abstract. Okay. Then comes what you want to do. Because ultimately you want to solve a problem in your paper, in your research. What is your objective? Research question is there. What is the research objective? I want to make a survey on this. I want to do the experiment on this. I want to make a field visit. I want to make an analysis, statistical analysis, or using some tools, MCTM or any other. Or I want to review some 200 papers to see the status, to see what is happening, to see what has to be done. Right? So these are your objective, research objective. So once you set your research objective, what is next? What would be your expectation, my expectation, or you as a research reviewer, your expectation?
How we can achieve that objective?
Exactly. Good on? Yeah. How you are achieving the answer of the objective. That's what you want to do. Sir, I want to do the experiment. I'll mix H2 with this, then I'll get some result, and this result gives me this, and results. Right? So you have research objective, and against this research objective, your research you will write. Maybe 1 or 2 lines, not many. And Similarly, in the introduction part, you will expand what I am saying. In the abstract, in 250 words, you have small size. But this has to be elaborated in your introduction. So that by reading your introduction, I must get an idea of your whole research, whole of the paper. If you can do that, that will surely be a good paper. And I am doing this. These are the research objectives, these are the research questions, this is the present situation. What would I expect next? Or you? Huh? Outcome. What results? In one line. In summary, a little more. And then what is expected?
Solutions.
Huh?
Discussion.
Suggestions and suggestions to overcome.
Hey, you are writing it, you are doing the research, but what is your contribution? We call it as novelty. So you must mention what is the novelty of your work. Okay, so now in 10 words, or rather 10 sentences, small, don't put the whole sentence, only the words you write out. What should be the component of an abstract? Please, hurry up. Just 2 minutes time.
Components of an abstract.
You have the paper? In classroom, if you don't have the pen and paper, you can go out. Just points which I told you. What should be your strategy for writing an abstract for a paper? Write it down. First is the present situation of the problem. Like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now let us hear from you. Who has done it? Yeah, please tell us. What have you read?
Highlighting the problem on what it is there, and with regard to how to overcome the problems and if there is enactment and the legislation passed with regard to that, what in which they have been able to address and the things they have come with the solutions and conclusion with regard to that.
You? Okay. Where is it? Bolo.
What are the unsolved
Jude.
What are the unsolved problems which we can identify, and how can we solve them? What can we do to overcome them?
What is the objective of this study?
Yeah.
And what are the methods used to solve this discussion? And result. What is the result of
The experimental work, did you? And then you missed one point. Last point. What is the last point? Contribution and novelty. Why I will be interested in your work? Why people will read your work? If you don't have the novelty, I will not accept your paper. You must have the novelty, right? Nisha, bolo, kya likha?
Sir, the purpose of the research or the open formation we can say, and then objective of the research, and the methods we are going to use to solve that particular objectives or attain those objectives, then outcome of the research and the contribution of the research. Or novelty. Contribution or the novelty of the research.
Likha hai? No. Anybody? Bolo.
Sir, I'll start with the addressing the problem, then context of the research question or objective, sample size, methodology, finding and contribution, and novelty.
Very good. You have anybody? Anybody? You have done it, no? Madam, have you done it?
Yes, sir.
Bolo.
So first I would identify the problem, and in that I would write 3-4 lines on why I am interested in this particular research, and then I would. It should be in a way that when I ask the research question, the abstract should be able to give an answer. That way, it would be much better for the article to be, published. And then I would like to I would elaborate the introduction, and then novelty. I would
Novelty, yeah. Have you written? Bolo.
Sir,
I'll come to you now. Yeah.
situation or a problem or a gap that I have found in a previous work, and why would I want to take up the objective? Methodology, like methods that I have used, results, and further scope of the work, and then the novelty.
Then the
conclusion and novelty.
Novelty, not novelty.
Yeah, novelty.
Novelty, yeah. You have written. Okay, ठीक है. You written? Follow.
So first,
जोड़े.
sir,
Loud.
what is the problem I have identified? What is the impact that is causing? So why I want to study this
And
problem?
next.
The main components that are to be discussed is first what is the problem that you have identified and how you are going to find solutions, what are your objectives.
And next. The last point.
Sir, first point is identify the problem. Next, second is identify the objectives and which methodology we are using in it. Next, what are the findings and what are the suggestions? What is the originality or novelty in this? And if any future directions. Yes.
Okay. You?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The area of research, and then elaborate the problem in detail by using wife one husband method, and then the methodology, and then outcome, and then what contribution will make.
Contribution. Very good. Very good. Look, it should be your strategy whenever you are writing a paper. And I am telling about the abstract. तुम बोलो कि कब when I have to stop. You let me know when I have to stop. Time हो गया? Okay. Lunch from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. 1 to 2.
Lunch is from 1
to 2. Okay. So you have to go to some other place? Where? How far? How far?
10 minutes.
Oh, nearby. So I'll take 10 minutes more. Will you agree?
Yes.
So you know that this should be your strategy whenever you are writing a paper. Forget about publication. But in your mind you should have that my paper should answer all these questions. You write down, I have given some points, you write down very nicely in your, in your language, so that you understand what is requirement whenever you are writing a paper. And this is not only the abstract. Abstract is a very small summary of the whole paper. I mean, we as a reviewer, we first read the abstract. If the abstract is not good, we don't have the interest to read the full paper because we don't have much time. But if your abstract is very attractive and I can understand that there are a lot of work has been done, then I'll go through the full paper. So in the full paper also, your strategy should be you must have a very good introduction. And your introduction also should answer all these questions. So introduction should be an elongated part of the abstract. And in the introduction, you must, sometimes, you may make another thing because your paper may be a little lengthy. The structure of your paper, whole paper. That what is the structure of your paper. And whenever I am telling you structure of the paper, you must always keep in mind, whenever you are writing your full paper, be careful about that there must be a flow in the writing. If you don't have flow, then we immediately write the structure is very poor. But if your flow is good, I am interested to read that what I like say story. The paper is a story, no? If the story is very interesting, you cannot keep the book after half reading. You will read the full. Oh, I know the story now. The similar thing is for the paper. And who is the creator of that interest? The author. So author must be very careful about the flow of the writing. I as a reader, I as a reviewer, I as an editor must be interested to read your paper that, what is next? Acha, he has or she has written this. Acha, what is the next one? Right? And nowadays, if you have an experiment, always put the experimental setup photo. Why? Because many a guy, they don't do anything, but they put that I have done this, and these are the results and other things. So that's why a visual proof of your work is very much necessary nowadays. Okay, so if you do some work, put the photo. This is my experimental setup. Or if you don't put make your own setup, if you use some other setup, put the photo and give the reference. Right? So the full paper also will have an introduction, a methodology, then if you have data and other things, data collection methods and other things, then whether it is experimental, whether it is other type of paper, you must have a very good literature review. And literature review not 50 years old, not 30 years old. Nowadays, if it is review, then you must have 50 years and block this 10 years, this 10 years, this 10 years, this 10 years. But always we as an editor are interested to see the recent development, whether you are consulting those or not. Even if you have consulted papers up to 2015, we sent it back. Where are the recent papers? 2015, 16, 17 are not recent paper to me. I want to see, if you send today, I want to see how many papers of 2024 publication you have cited. Okay, so stress on recent paper. And if it is review paper, 50 to 100 paper must be reviewed. Rather, more than 50. Literature review will tell you what should be your research question. You have the research question, but that should be evolved from the literature review. And whenever you talk about literature review, always it is good, after writing, make a table. What are the outcome of your literature review? And the references, the citation. That gives a clear picture, oh, these are the number of researches and she has or he has read it, and these are the points out of the literature review. Then the methodology, your experiment or your review process. Another very important point is results, discussion and analysis. Since she has shifted her position now, she was a learner here. Now she is becoming administrator. She is telling me, oh sir, you stop it now. So, data analysis and discussion, very important. During analysis, you have to always keep in mind that your results should be compared with the same type of research of other researchers which are reported in recent publications. You must have a specific point. Comparison of your result with other researchers' result. We call it, what do we call that? What do we call that? Validation. Your result, you have to validate with others' result. Or you tell that my result was this and this result was this. Because of this, maybe his result was not right. You can tell that. Or maybe you have a limitation in the experiment, you have a limitation in the work, mention it. That these are my limitations in the work, that's why there is a deviation. And whenever you take the results, don't give only one data. Your sample, if you have a sample size, the sample size must be acceptable. Like say, you are taking an interview on some of the subjects. In Visag, you wrote that I have taken an interview of 50 people and these are the results and this is the situation in the Visag. I'll throw it out. What is the basis of 50%? The population is maybe a few lakhs of, so why 50? What is your statement that this sample size is right? Very important, the selection of sample size. Selection of sample size is very important.
Yes.
So these are the things: discussion, results, discussion and analysis, presentation. Very, very important to the editors and the reviewers. You should be very careful of that. And of course the conclusion. The conclusion, you should give the result or the answer of your research questions. I have this research question. In my conclusion, okay, I have done this. This is the answer of this research question. Just one minute. Hello. Hello. Yeah. Can you call me after 5 minutes?
No, urgent.
Hello.
Actually, number bole din.
So that's the end of my lecture. That be strategic whenever you write your paper. If you don't be strategic, you will fail to write a good paper. Be very strategic, have a good plan. That's why I sometimes refer to PDCA. Do you know what is PDCA? PDCA?
Plan, do, check, act.
Planning is a very important part. If you plan effectively, the rest of the doing part, checking part, and acting part will be easy. But if you don't have the plan, then rest of the part will be happy. Right? You want to go to the airport. Now, how to go? Okay, I'll book a cab. Or he will be sharing with me her car. Or he will take me somewhere. Finish. But after going out, then, I have to reach in 1 hour. No, nothing is there. I don't have the app of the Ola Uber. Please, can you give me a link to the airport? Oh, I'm not going to that. But your planning, if your planning is good, go slowly. Right? So, plan, then check, plan, then perform, then check, then again, if there are any mistakes and other, act accordingly. Okay? So, two tools must be very careful about it. One is, what is one? First one? What is first one? First tool?
Visual proofs.
I told you the name of the first tool to utilize. 5W?
1H.
5W?
1H.
5W1H. This is one. And second thing, PDCA. Keep this in your mind. It will be really helpful. And be strategic when writing a paper. Plan properly before you start writing the paper. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
I can pick up only one question if you have any. Or if you are hungry, don't worry.
Sir, how to find out a quality journal, sir?
Huh?
Quality.
Quality?
Journal. How to find out the quality journal?
How to?
Find out the quality journal.
How to find out? I don't know.
You only ask me, sir.
Because you know that if you start writing a good paper, then you will learn how to find out a good paper. So the first activity is write a very good paper, article. Then you find. Because if you have a good article, you are not to find a good journal. Journal will call you. So the thing is that write a good article first, then find out journal. For finding journal, there are many colleagues, they will help you. But for writing a paper, colleagues will not help you.
This is
true. Huh? So you have to do it. Alright?
Thank you.
I know that some of the guys.
It is a correct sample size, you said, right? 50, I won't agree. So,
What type of sample?
I mean, if I'm taking people as my sample for taking interviews itself, you take my subject is also.
Which type of interview?
Open interviews or seminar.
Give me some topic. What is your subject?
Stress management, yeah, stress management.
Waste management, which area?
Stress management.
Huh?
Stress management.
Cells.
Stress.
Stress management from HR.
Huh?
HR
Stress.
talk.
Stress.
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 No.
Spelling.
STRESS.
S-E. Oh, stress management. Okay. In stress management, which area you are interested to take feedback for sample size?
Yeah. If I want to take some
That
people
means
and do.
why I am questioning you? Because if you know your problem, if you know what you want to do, it will be very easy for identifying the sample size. So the first thing is that what you want to do, that is more important. Stress management, there cannot be any survey on stress management. In the stress management, there are a number of specific areas you identify and you will find. If it is the stress management for the people who are affected by this more stress, then what you do, you identify first who are stressed. Like in this room, if you want to survey, then first make a question that who are under stress. Then say 20 people are under stress. Now it will be very easy for you to find the sample size. If it is 20 or 50% or 25%, enough. But whenever, that's why I'm telling you that identify in which area you are interested to put your survey. That is more important. The second thing for sample size, there is IS code. You can go by that IS code. That tells you the formula of finding the sample size. IS code and ISO code, both are there. You find out in the website, you will get it. Okay. But more importantly, identify which area you are interested to work. Then it will be very easy, because you know that she was not in a position to answer me.
Yeah.
That means she is not sure that which area she is interested to. So whenever you are sure that this area I am concentrating for my survey, it will be easier for you to identify the sample size. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I like this. Thank you. अभी तुम्हारा ही लेना है, क्योंकि I'll take it later.
Thank you.
और